And if you'll just take that microphone, pull it down as close as you can. Be sure to answer loudly and clearly so everyone can hear you. Also, if it's a yes or a no question, be sure to say yes or no and not just a head nod or an so the court reporter can take everything down.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. Gorbachev.
Good morning.
Would you please state your full name for the court reporter?
Tammy Robichaux, but at that time I was Kennedy
Tammy Kennedy Gorbachev.
Robichaux.
And we'll talk about what you mean by at that time. But before we get to that, what do you do for a living?
I work in the pharmacy for Kroger, 25 years.
25 years.
Yes, sir.
And where do you reside?
In Mauriceville.
And do you know a Dr. Neer Benir?
Yes, sir, I do.
How do you know Dr. Benir?
I've been there for several procedures.
And do you see Dr. Benir in the courtroom here
Yes, sir,
here
I
today?
do.
Okay. Could you please point to him and identify him by an article of clothing that he's wearing?
He has the purple tie on with his glasses.
Your Honor, I ask that the record reflect the witnesses identify the defendant.
The record will so reflect.
Back in February of this year, you contacted the district attorney's office, correct?
Yes, sir.
Why did you do that?
Well, I had heard something about Dr. Benir.
And after hearing what you heard about Dr. Benir, you decided to contact the district attorney's office.
Yes, sir.
And what I'd like to do is take you back to 2021. And back in 2021, did you have a procedure, or did Dr. Benir perform a procedure on you?
Yes, he did. An inner thigh lift.
An inner thigh lift. And after the inner thigh lift, what, if anything, happened?
Well, I had an incision that come open and I had to go back to have it sewn up.
Okay. And the jury has heard about an inner thigh lift from previous testimony, but I guess it goes without saying. Tell the jury the area of the body that we're talking about.
So the inner thigh lift, I was cut from the very front all the way to the back of by my butt area, and they lifted the skin up.
Again, for the purpose of the record, because she's taking it down, we're talking about being cut in what area of your body? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
It's around the vaginal area. It's from the front to the back.
That's what I was getting at. And after the procedure, an issue?
I had to go back because I had an incision that opened up.
Okay.
Maybe an inch and a half, but of course it's plastic surgery and I wanted it fixed, so I went in to have it repaired.
You went into where?
To Dr. Benner's office.
Okay. And when you were there, who, if anybody else was there as well?
Gay, his nurse,
Female nurse,
a female,
and her name is
Gay.
Okay. And she and Dr. Benner, what happened next?
So I went in, I was told to put it, get on the table, and of course I undressed that already, but I had to open my left leg, and then my right leg, of course, kind of in a frog position, and I had to be numb because I had to have incisions to close it.
We're not talking about general anesthesia where you were put completely under. You're talking about like local.
Local.
In that
In that area next to my vagina.
Very good. And again, who's in the room with you?
Gay is the nurse who is handing Dr. Benner what he needs.
Now, orient the jury. Tell the jury, explain to the jury where she was as far as you recall.
She was behind me, and they have a workstation, and she would gather things that Dr. Benner would need.
Okay, and Dr. Benner was in front of you.
In front of me.
So it's not like Gay was like standing right in the immediate area?
No, she was not. She wasn't able to see anything that he was doing.
Okay. And this procedure, about how long did it take?
I would think maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get it sewn up.
Okay. And after the procedure, what did you do next?
I went home, and just later in the day as the numbing started to go down, I felt different down there. It had been a while since I had sexual intercourse because I was going through a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt as if I had been penetrated. I was wet down there, and it just felt different. I didn't know for sure, but it just felt different.
Okay. Did you make a police report?
No, sir, I did not. I was a little embarrassed, and at the time I was married to a man who mentally abused me, and it was something I couldn't share because he was a narcissist and he would have turned it around on me And so I've kept it in the back of my mind, thinking that Dr. Ventura would never do this to me.
But nevertheless, you decided after hearing what you heard back in February of this year to reach out to the DA.
Yes, sir.
Now, this wasn't the only procedure you had. Did you have another procedure in 2023?
I did.
Did Dr. Ventura perform that procedure?
Yes, sir, he did.
What was it?
I had a mini tummy tuck.
Now,
And
I'm sure the jurors are wondering, why in the world would you go back to this man again for another procedure after what you're testifying he did to you in 2021?
He's reasonable and
What, as far as what?
price-wise. I mean, I've been to Mia Aesthetics in Houston, and he matched what Mia Aesthetics were gonna charge me. I wanted to try to stay local, so I went back.
This time for a mini tummy tuck? What happened, what, if anything, happened during that visit?
Well, during that visit, we did our consultation. Gay was in the room with us. He took his pictures like he would normally do. She told me to return to her office when I finished to go in and take care of the paperwork. After I got dressed, I opened the door up, and Dr. Venner had passed by, and he came up by the door, and we were talking.
What was the subject, the topic of the conversation?
I had brought up that I had went to Mia Aesthetics in Houston, and I had the new gummy bear implants put in my breast. And he did touch my breast. He did not ask me. But today I feel like he groped me, but at that time he touched my breast.
Did he ask?
No, sir, he
your
did not.
consent? Did he indicate in any way before touching you that was what he was about
No,
to do?
sir.
Again, did you make a police report about that?
No, sir. And I went around and I paid my bill, and I wanted my mini tummy tuck. I was going through a divorce, and I was trying to kind of make myself build my own self back up.
And there was also another procedure that predated both of these, right, in 1995?
Yeah,
What'd you have done?
Yes, sir, and I had lipo on my legs then.
And did Dr. Bernier perform that liposuction?
He did as well.
And did you have any issues during the performance of that liposuction?
No, sir, nothing at all.
Do you know a Taylor Dempsey?
No, sir.
Do you know a Samantha Muller?
No, sir.
Thank you. I'll pass switch.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Gartz?
Ms. Kennedy, I've got a copy of your medical records from Dr. Berner's office.
Yes, sir.
Do you recall having a procedure done on March 28th of 2011 with him?
That was in 11. That was probably the lipo.
Okay, so so the one you said was 1990 something was actually 2011.
I mean, it may have been 211. I kind of guesstimated. It's been a while. I mean, that's 14 years ago. Yeah, it's about right.
Sure, okay. So you go to him in March of 2011, no
Yes,
problems,
no
right?
problems. Mm-hmm.
You go to him again in August of 2011. Do you recall that, going to see him about an eye issue?
Well, the eye issue was because I had leaned down and something had went into my eye.
Mm-hmm. He had a cyst removed or something like that, or item removed from your eye?
Honestly, it's so long, I can't answer you.
Okay. And then in April of 2019, you went in for a consult on a breast reduction, did you not?
Yes.
Okay. And then you had this inner thigh lift procedure in October of 2021.
Yes.
Did you also have some kind of breast procedure done in October of 2020?
Not for Dr. Venner.
When you're certain you did not have any procedure done from Dr. Venner?
On my breast?
Yes.
Honestly, I don't believe I did.
Okay. Did you then in May of 2022 go back to him another time for a consult relating to an eye lift?
Yes.
Okay, so you went and saw him again.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went in, because the date you gave I think is not correct here. But you went
Yeah,
in,
that was kind of a guesstimate. I don't have the exact dates. I never thought I'd be in this position right now to have to give dates.
and I'm not fussing at you, I'm just
Sorry.
trying to clarify what the timeline is.
Sure.
So in May of 2024, so as recently as a year and a half ago,
Yes,
you went back and did the abdominal
yes,
tummy tuck, mini tummy tuck.
that's
surgery.
correct.
Is that correct? So in all, you have gone and seen it's somebody that you had gone and seen a number of times, correct?
Because I trusted Dr. Benner, yes, sir.
And you knew who he was and you kept
Yeah.
going back,
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yep.
So even after this incident where you say you felt strange
Yes.
after leaving the office,
Mhm.
have you ever been on a local anesthetic before?
Yes.
Okay, a local anesthetic that would be associated with your genital area?
No.
No? So, do you know what kind of swelling or what kind of blood flow issues would be a result of
I
a
mean, I've
local
always been
anesthetic?
told, they cut, sometimes you have nerve damage and you may not feel anything.
Sure, but I'm talking about the other way around, that you, because of a local anesthetic, your nerves feel different, your body feels different, et cetera,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Okay, and so you can't rule out that that is what
And
occurred, is that
that's why I
correct?
never said anything, because I wasn't really 100% sure.
Okay, and all the while that this incident occurs, it's your testimony that Gay was in the room the whole time.
Yes.
Judge, I pass the witness.
Thank you, Mr. Gertz. Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Any objection to Ms. Robichaux being excused?
No, Judge.
No, Judge.
Ms. Robichaux, you'll be excused. You are placed under the rule, and what that means is you can't be in the courtroom during anyone else's testimony. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone else other than lawyers or the investigators, and you're not allowed to watch any of the proceedings on YouTube.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're free to go.
Yes, ma'am.
You may call your next witness.
Your Honor, state calls Samantha Muller. Judge, I don't believe this witness has been sworn.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Good morning, ma'am. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can have a seat right here. And Ms. Muller, I'll just ask if you try to pull that microphone as close as you can and speak into it so everyone can hear you. And if it's a yes or a no question, be sure to say yes or no out loud and not just a head nod or an uh-huh, so the court reporter can take everything down. Okay? Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. Muller. Would you please state your full name for the court reporter and spell your last name, please?
Samantha Muller, Muller.
And Ms. Muller, how are you employed?
Say again,
How are you employed?
I'm retired,
Retired from what?
Federal Bureau of Prisons.
And where do you reside?
I reside in Florida, Texas.
And do you know a Dr. Neer Benur?
I do.
And how do you know Dr. Benur?
He performed procedure on me, many tummy tuck and some lipo.
And do you see Dr. Neer Benur in the courtroom
Yes,
here
I do.
today?
Yes, I
Would you please
do.
point to him and identify him by an article of clothing that he's wearing?
He's wearing a burgundy or purplish tie matching the seats.
This is gentleman here.
Yes.
Your Honor, I ask that the record reflect the witness as identified in the front.
The record will so reflect.
And you contacted our office meaning the district attorney's office back in February of this year, correct?
Yes.
And did you give your name when you called?
No, I did not.
In fact, did you tell that person that took the call that you wanted to remain anonymous?
Yes, I did.
But nevertheless, what prompted you to call our office?
I heard about the charges
Okay.
and
And after hearing about the charges, you contacted the district attorney's office. And what I'd like to do is go back to, let's start with 2001. I think you've already mentioned the mini tummy tuck.
yes.
After the procedure was performed, what, if anything, happened?
When I went home, the mini tummy tuck and everything, you have to go back for a, exam to see if everything is healing properly. And I went back for the exam to get the staples out and stuff like that, and Dr. Bernier, he put his private on my leg before he laid me down on the table.
Explain to the jury, I guess, orient them as to what position you were in and what position he was in, and what exactly do you mean when you say you put his private on you, on your leg?
I was on the table, you sit on the table just like I'm sitting on the chair, and he comes up to you, and you know, he's ready to examine you. But I noticed he smushed his private, which I could feel, on my leg.
Now,
So
of course,
I-
he was dressed, right? He was
Yes, we were all dressed, you
Okay.
know,
Were you in a gown or were you dressed?
dressed.
Okay.
And I moved my leg.
Mm-hmm.
He moved with my leg.
Okay.
So that's when I realized, oh, okay.
Was there something that went off in your mind, sort of like intuition? Now, I want to go back to, well, at some point, okay, what happened next?
He did examine,
Was he wearing gloves?
no,
Okay, go right ahead.
he
Go
was
on.
not. And he kept his hand on my stomach. He wasn't really examining, he was just talking, you know, everything's good, and so on and so forth, and got dressed and left.
Were you in the room with him alone, or was there anybody else in the room with you?
Alone.
Did he ask you if you were okay with being in that room without a female staffer present?
No, he did not.
So, did you have another procedure, or did Dr. Bernard perform another procedure on you?
After the lipo, I went back to him for my carpal tunnel.
If you recall the year, what year was that?
I want to say 2010, but I don't really remember if that's accurate or not, but around 2010.
And this jury's gonna say, wow, why in the world would you go back to Dr. Bernard after he did what you are testifying that he did to you?
He was reasonable. He was reasonable with his prices. He was reasonable. And, you know, as any woman would, we want to look presentable, which I wanted to look presentable. I'm talking about the many times we took in the lipo, presentable in my uniform, and work, and so on. But when I went to my carpal tunnel, that was insurance.
And for those who aren't familiar with the carpal tunnel, what are we talking about? What kind of procedure is it?
It's when he took, I had pain in my hand.
Okay,
So he performed the carpal tunnel, which you can see the scars here.
okay, so it's a procedure on your hand and
On
on
my
your
right
wrist?
hand, yes,
Okay. And did that procedure require anesthesia?
yes,
Localized anesthesia, or were you completely put under?
I was put under,
General anesthesia?
yes.
And were you in the room with the doctor alone for that procedure, if you recall, or was there somebody else?
I don't remember if I was in a room when they prepared me with him by myself, I don't remember that part.
And when you came back from the anesthesia, what, if anything, did you notice?
Well, the nurse came in, she said, well, you took a while to come from under the anesthesia. And my husband was sitting on the left, and I felt uncomfortable in my private area.
Now, just to be clear, your husband took you or went with you to the appointment, right?
Right,
But was he in the room for the procedure?
no,
Okay. He was in the recovery room?
right.
Okay. All right, so please continue.
And I noticed, I had a gown on, and I noticed that my underwear was pulled from my right hip. It was in the middle of my private area in my buttocks. And I felt irritated in that area.
I want to make sure the jury understands your testimony. Irritated in what area more specifically?
My vagina,
And you were there for a carpal tunnel procedure
carpal tunnel,
on your hand and on your wrist, right?
yes.
After you left the doctor's office, did you continue to experience any other feelings or symptoms or anything?
It felt, I doubted myself, but it irritated me till I got home. So when I got home, I took a mirror and I looked at myself down there. And when I saw it, I saw, the redness and the swollenness.
That first one.
I knew it couldn't have been just medicine. I knew it couldn't have been just anesthesia or the medicine. It had to be something else. I didn't leave home like that, but I came home like that. I knew something was wrong. I knew it. I never told my husband. Oh, I came into this a long time.
And when you heard about these charges back in February 2025,
That's when I said, enough is enough. Enough is enough.
sorry, Ms. Miller. I'll pass it with you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Gartz?
Ms. Mueller, this first incident that you mentioned, you said that was in 2001?
Yes,
Okay. After 2001 and that incident, you went back and saw him again in April of 2006, did you not?
yes,
Okay. And that was for a follow-up procedure from the 2001 consultations and procedure you had,
yeah,
correct?
consultation and, considering liposuction, yes.
Correct, okay. And then in 2011, in March of 2011, you actually went and had liposuction done in 3 different areas, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. And then in January of 2012, you went back again and had another procedure, did
I
you not?
did. Now, the
So,
dates are not, I do not remember none of the dates.
sure, I'm just looking at your
Okay.
medical records. and
Okay.
I'm just trying to get the
Because I do
chronology
not
right for the.
remember none of the dates.
Yes, ma'am, I understand. I wouldn't be able to remember that either, so I
Yes.
understand. But in 2012, you went back and had another procedure, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then again in October of 2014, you went back and had another liposuction related procedure on your back.
Yes.
Remember that? Okay.
Yes, because I had to heal from the ribs, yes.
Sure. And then in August of 2016 is when this carpal tunnel syndrome
Yes.
surgery was, right?
Yeah, like I told,
Well, hang on, let me just ask the
Yes.
questions, okay?
Okay,
So that was in August of 2016,
yes,
okay? Now, you went back again to see him again in June of 2018. Do you remember that? Regarding a cyst on your right foot?
no.
You don't remember that at all?
I remember
Okay. Do you remember sending your husband in 2016, December of 2016, to see Dr. Bernard and recommending him?
it. No, I don't remember.
Your husband didn't do a consultation for liposuction in 2016?
No, no, sir. I've always seen Dr. Bernier on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, I never included my husband other than a couple times.
I'm sorry, and when I say included, I'm talking about for himself, not for you. Did he ever consult with Dr. Bernard for himself?
I think he did. Yes, he did.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing a
Yes,
great
yes,
job.
he did.
Okay. And that would have been 4 months after your carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yes.
That's witness, Judge.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
Just one follow-up, if I may, Judge.
Sure.
Ms. Muller, you don't know a Taylor Dempsey, do you?
No, I do not.
Or a Tammy Robichaux, correct?
No, I do not.
I'll pass it.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Gartz?
No, Judge.
All right. Any objection to Ms. Mueller being excused?
No.
Any objection?
No, Judge, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Ms. Mueller. You'll be excused. You are placed under the rule, and what that means is you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone else involved in the trial other than the lawyers or the investigators. You're not allowed to be in the courtroom under anyone else's testimony, and you're not to watch any of the proceedings on YouTube.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am. You're free to go.
thank you.
Mr. Coleman, you may call your next witness.
Your Honor, at this time, the state of Texas rests.
Thank you, sir. You can have a seat.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
Good afternoon, Dr. Chang. Will you introduce yourself to the jury, please?
I'm Dr. Peter Chang from the Sugarland area.
Okay. Dr. Chang, what do you do for a living?
I'm a plastic surgeon.
All right. And tell the jury a little bit about your educational background to become a plastic surgeon.
I took the scenic route. I got into dental school out of high school. Did that 3 years of college, 4 years of dental school, 4 years of oral maxillofacial surgery residency. Went back to medical school, did some general surgery, and then did the entire plastic surgery residency.
Okay. Are you board certified in plastic surgery?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Have you performed cosmetic and plastic surgery on a few or many people?
Many. That's all I do. Aesthetic cosmetic surgery.
Okay. Are you familiar with surgeries that are, in layman's terms, a tummy tuck and an inner thigh lift?
Yes.
Have you performed those on few or many occasions?
Many occasions.
Okay. Both of them?
Both of them.
Sometimes separately, sometimes together?
Yes.
Okay. I want to talk with you a little bit about what you would expect in terms of follow-up from a surgery of that nature, particularly the inner thigh lift. Judge, may I approach the witness?
You may.
I'm showing you what I have marked as defendant's exhibits number 2 and 3. And what I'd like you to do, I'll represent to you that these are the sutures, or representation of the sutures, that Ms. Dempsey had that were drawn by the sexual assault nurse examiner here. What I was hoping you would do for us, please, is show us where, in terms of proximity, where you would expect, and maybe even put some drawing on defendant's exhibit number 2, where you would expect the sutures to be. Pen's running out of ink. That's my fault, giving you a bad pen. Here you go. Trade you. Okay.
Yeah, for the diamond, and then sometimes it's sitting here and here.
Okay. And I'm gonna, Judge, can I publish this to the jury, please?
They're not in this, they're not.
Oh, maybe. Good call. Now that you've done these markings on here, would you say that that fairly and accurately represents how you expect the sutures to look on?
On a typical dialect, yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
No objection.
To either 2 or 3?
Three is just the same thing that we already have in evidence. I haven't touched that.
No objection.
Okay. Defense 2 and 3 are admitted.
And so, Dr. Chang, you can kind of see this on the screen behind you or over here to the left. So, in order to dress or alter those sutures, you would need to be very close to the female sexual organ. Is that accurate?
Yes.
How do you deal with that as a doctor in terms of addressing sutures like this?
Either up to 2 positions, from this position, the lithotomy position, or from above and over the thighs on either side.
Okay. What kind of, if a patient said that they had their pants just pulled down to their mid-thigh like this level here, would that be sufficient enough
No.
to address those sutures?
Now, when you would get the inner sutures, so I would usually have them all the way even below the knee.
Okay, below the knee?
Yeah,
So
below
that
the
they
knee.
could spread their legs?
Right.
Right?
Or a lot of my patients just this robe because that way I can get full access to it.
Okay. And when you do, when you're addressing something like removal of sutures or redressing sutures that are not completely healed, is it the norm to wear gloves or not wear gloves?
Usually, and what I do, I don't wear gloves.
Okay.
Because I don't touch the patient at all, I use instruments.
Okay.
Your Honor, I would object to him testifying as to what he normally does with regard to an expert opinion without some empirical data or some type of study as to what the industry or standard practice is for the industry.
I'll lay the foundation for that.
Sustained.
Are you familiar with the sort of standard industry practice in terms of
This is
gloves?
standard with or without gloves.
Okay, so there's no standard one way.
There's no standard.
Okay, so a doctor can choose to do it the way that they're most comfortable, as long as it's antiseptic and clean, is that fair? Okay, great. And, is it normal in your mind, for example, do you have, well, let me ask it this way. In the industry, is it normal to have exam rooms that are separate from a photography room?
Yes,
Okay, and why do y'all take before and after photos?
to document what it looks like before and to document what changes we've made afterwards.
Okay, and would you expect, I mean, that's a normal practice in the
That's
plastic
normal,
surgery
yes.
field? Judge, may I approach the witness?
Yes, sir.
I'm showing you what's been admitted as State's Exhibit number 1. Are those, does that appear to be a normal type of post-op plastic surgery photo?
Yes.
Anything out of the ordinary to you in those pictures?
No.
Okay. I noticed that Ms. Dempsey's panties are covering the sutures in the photograph. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And so you can't actually see them. So they're actually, wherever the sutures are on her are hidden by her underwear. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Okay. And is that normal?
Normal for,
Those sutures to be in that location?
yes, that's a normal location.
Okay, good. I want to talk to you about something else. I sent you a medical record earlier in relation to a carpal tunnel syndrome that was done by Dr. Bernard. Did you have a chance to look at that?
Yes.
And that surgery, did it appear that it was done at a hospital or his office?
In the hospital.
Okay. And the person was under general anesthesia at the hospital?
Judge, I would object to this witness testifying from those records. Those records are essentially hearsay.
Judge, they're not hearsay because these are the type of records that an expert would normally rely on in forming an opinion about something in a case like this. Under the rule, he's permitted, even if the records themselves are not admissible, he's permitted. And on top of that, Mr. Coleman has opened the door with this 404 evidence anyway, so.
Overruled, go ahead.
So I guess my question is that the type of, when you do general anesthesia, is that the type of place you would do it as in a hospital versus in
Yes.
an office? Okay, why is that?
Because hospitals have better facilities to manage any post-operative complications. The general anesthesia is used for different types of surgeries, more of the major ones.
Okay, okay. So if a person testified, for example, that they're, during the surgery, they felt like their underwear had been moved or altered, that would have been done at a hospital in that case, is that fair to say?
Yes.
And not necessarily or at all by Dr. Bernard?
Yes.
Right?
Objection, that calls for speculation on the part of this witness.
Sustain.
Yep. Were you aware of and familiar with the results of the Texas Medical Board's investigation into this incident with Dr. Bernard?
As of this point, I don't think anything's been resolved.
Okay, but they have not terminated his license or taken any action against him, have they?
Not that I know of.
Good. Thank you, Judge. Pass the witness.
Thank you, Mr. Gartz. Mr. Coleman?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Dr. Shang. My name is Tommy Coleman. I'm one of the assistant district attorneys here in Jefferson County. And if it's okay, I've got a number of questions to ask you. If at any point you don't understand or you would like for me to rephrase or elaborate, just let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me ask you this. Have you testified in criminal court before?
No, sir.
It's the first time testifying in district court in a criminal proceeding?
Yes.
How do you know Dr. Nir Bernard?
He's a colleague.
Colleague in meaning you two are socially and friendly acquainted, or colleague meaning only professionally?
Only professionally. We
Sure.
talk about cases and patients.
For a number of years, months,
Many
weeks? How
years.
long has this been?
Decades, over 2 decades.
So you're here today to testify on behalf of your colleague that you've known for decades, correct?
Correct.
And Did you bring any written studies with you today
Studies regarding,
regarding plastic surgery, regarding the procedures or the industry practice that you're talking about or testifying here today? Did you bring any written studies with you?
no,
Okay. Did you bring any peer review articles with you?
no,
Have you personally overseen any surveys related to any issue or topic that you are testifying to today?
come again with that question?
I know it's kind of a complicated question. I'll try to break it down. Have you conducted any surveys related to these types of procedures?
With tummy tucks?
A survey?
No, yeah, survey study. I'm in the process of doing a study for tummy tucks.
Well, let's be clear. I didn't ask if you're in the process of it. Have you conducted one?
No,
Did you otherwise bring any empirical data to support your testimony here today?
written records?
Any data? Did you bring any data other than asking this jury to rely on your word? Did you bring any data with you today?
No,
Now, you understand that Dr. Bernier has been charged with sexual assault, correct?
correct,
And you understand he's alleged to have placed his finger in or rubbed on the sexual organ of a Taylor Dempsey. You understand that?
yes,
And you were not there on April the 5th of 2022 when this offense was alleged to have occurred.
no, it's not.
You have no idea what took place in that exam room in this doctor's office on that day, do you?
No, no,
Do you know that on the one hand, the Dr. Bernier represented to the medical board that he always asks whether or not the patient is clear or okay with having not having a female staffer in the room? That's what he represented to the medical board. But that the victim in this case, Taylor Dempsey, said he never asked. Are you aware of that?
aware of that those is,
That he said one thing to the medical board, and the victim in this case testified to a different version.
yes.
You're aware of that? Let me ask it again. Again, like I said before, if it's confusing, I'm happy to ask it again, or repeat it, or break it down. I'm happy to do that. Are you aware that he told, again, in my parlance, in my phrasing, the medical board one thing, and that the complainant says, or the victim says, that he didn't say or ask her whether or not she was okay with not having a female in the room with her?
All I've reviewed were the medical records.
So is that a no? You're not aware of that?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay, very good. Are you aware that he told the medical board that, admitted to the medical board that he wasn't wearing gloves during that encounter with the victim? You're aware of that?
Yes, I'm aware of it.
And are you aware that shortly after the incident, he told the Port Arthur PD that he didn't remember if he was wearing gloves? Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware that he told the medical board that the victim's mother could not come into the exam room because of COVID protocols, but that the mother testified that he never mentioned the COVID protocols? Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of that.
Is it in any way medically necessary for the purposes of either removing a suture or evaluating how the procedure is healing or progressing? Is it in any way medically necessary to inquire or comment on a patient's breast?
For which surgery?
To remove the sutures, thanks for pointing that out, for the inner thigh procedure, inner thigh lift procedure?
No,
Is it in any way medically necessary to ask if the victim likes hugging him as part of the evaluation of the sutures resulting from an inner thigh lift?
no,
Is it medically necessary to tell the victim that next time that she comes for an appointment, that she should drive herself alone to the appointment?
no,
Is it medically necessary for that procedure to grab the buttocks of the victim?
no,
if someone did those things in the context of removing sutures or evaluating the healing process of an inner thigh lift, would that be inappropriate sexual conduct or contact?
Can I come again with that question?
I'm happy to do that. Would that be inappropriate sexual conduct or contact if someone did those things in the context of removing sutures or evaluating the healing?
Inappropriate.
All right. And as a doctor with how many years of experience?
25.
Is it fair to say you're familiar with the Texas Medical Board guidelines?
Yes, sir.
And off the top of your head, would it be a violation of the Texas Medical Board guidelines to engage in sexual contact or engage in sexually inappropriate behavior with a patient?
Yes.
Do you know that particular guideline? Would
I
you
don't.
disagree with me if I told you that it was contained in Title 22 of the Texas Medical Board Disciplinary Guidelines, Chapter 190? Would you disagree with me?
I would not disagree with you.
I'm sorry, I think I'm 14. 14. Your Honor, this time to carry off the Texas Medical Board Guidelines, Title 22, Chapter 190 was, I actually asked that the court take judicial notice. I've got a printed copy of it, and it was previously provided to defense counsel.
I have no objection, Judge.
You want,
You look like you have an objection.
I would ask the court to take judicial notice of something that's readily verifiable, the Texas Medical Board guidelines.
But just admit it like I was it.
yeah, I'm not gonna take judicial notice.
Okay, I'll look at it.
States 14, no objection to states 14?
No objection.
It's admitted.
All right. If someone inserted their finger into someone's sexual organ without consent, should they be held accountable?
Yes.
Does removing the sutures expose, or at least potentially expose, one to contact with blood and or bodily fluids?
Sometimes,
Well, so potentially.
potentially.
And could that potentially either injure or cause an infection or otherwise injure not only the patient, but the practitioner as well?
Potentially.
And to injure the patient, would that be a violation of, let me ask it this way, are you familiar with the disciplinary action, procedures and actions for health professionals under the Texas Occupational Code? And if not, I have to show you a copy.
Now, which code are you talking about?
Again, it's the Occupational Code, Texas Occupations Code, Title 3, Subtitle B, Chapter 164, more specifically, Section A5. Does that ring a bell?
Not particularly.
May I approach the witness, Judge?
You may.
Do you have any reason to doubt what I am handing you is a legitimate copy of that particular code provision? And please take all the time you need to review it.
No, no doubt.
So you're here today to testify as a doctor with more than 20 years' experience on behalf of this doctor about the industry standards and procedures, and you're not familiar with the disciplinary action procedures as they relate to physicians and potentially injuring the public?
I'm familiar with it, I just don't know by code and chapter and section.
Fair enough. Judge, at this time, the state offers states 15.
No objection, Judge.
States 15 is admitted.
Approach the witness again, Judge.
Sure.
Dr. Chang, as set forth here in the highlighted portions, does this code make it an unprofessional act or dishonorable conduct if you engage in conduct as a physician that potentially injures a member of the public? Is that fair to say?
Yes,
With wearing gloves, removing sutures that could potentially expose either the practitioner or the patient to transmittal of some type of disease, could that potentially injure a patient?
we're wearing gloves, injure a patient.
No, not wearing gloves during the removal of the sutures, which, as you previously testified, potentially could expose one to either blood or bodily fluids. Would that constitute a likely injury of a patient?
No, potentially.
Which would be likely a violation of the Texas Occupations Code.
Potentially.
Now, you indicated on your website that you are a member of the American Board of Plastic Surgery, correct?
Yes,
ABPS. Are you aware that they have their own set of code of ethics?
yes,
And are you aware that their code of ethics requires the practitioner to maintain high standards of education, examination, and certification? Are you aware of that?
yes,
And that failing to maintain personal boundaries between the physician and their patient is a violation of their code of conduct. Are you aware of that?
yes,
Now, I'd like to offer the state's exhibit number 16, the American Board of Plastic Surgery Code of Ethics, and for the record, I'm changing to a copy to defense counsel.
Judge, I don't have any objection.
State 16 is admitted.
Dr. Chang, you're also a member of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, correct?
yes,
And they, like the American Board of Plastic Surgery, they also have their own code of ethics as well, correct?
yes,
And you're aware, or tell me if you're not, that under their code of ethics, a physician or practitioner is required to provide evidence-based testimony regarding the standard of care by citing peer-reviewed plastic surgery literature wherever possible and identify where they are testifying from their personal opinion. You understand?
Come again with that question.
I know I took it verbatim from their code. In fact, don't take my word for it. I'm going to show it to you. First of all, Mr.
Yes.
I'm showing you what I purport to be the code of ethics from the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, of which you are a member.
Mhm.
And I've asked you to flip to the next page, and highlight, move the page after the tab. There you go. And does it not require the practitioner to provide evidence-based testimony that regards the standard of care by citing peer-reviewed plastic surgery literature?
And this is also identifying personal opinion.
Yeah, it's a two-part requirement, and I am focusing on the first part, which is, does it not require a practitioner, someone like yourself, when providing testimony regarding the standard of care, to do so by citing peer-reviewed plastic surgery literature?
Where possible.
Where possible. Yeah, that's exactly what it said. I'm not trying to trick you.
Right.
Does it require that?
Where possible. It does require where possible.
I'll ask you just like you want me to ask. Where, if it's possible, does this requirement, this code, this ethics code of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons require you to provide testimony by citing peer-reviewed plastic surgery literature wherever possible?
Yes,
All right, now, you're providing testimony today about the plastic surgery standard of care, correct?
yes.
And is it not possible for you to show up today with peer-reviewed literature that you can cite to this jury?
Peer-reviewed literature regarding,
The plastic surgery standard of care.
I don't think there's literature on wearing gloves and not wearing gloves.
No, my question is, you're here to talk about the standard of care
Right.
and removing sutures, how close it is, and you know how you when you move and you do these procedures, that's a level or a form of standard of care that you're testifying about, correct?
Correct.
And these rules, the rules of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, of which you're a member, require if you walk into a courtroom and testify, you come in with some peer-reviewed literature to back up your testimony. That's what these rules require, correct?
Correct.
Wherever possible. Are you saying that it was not possible for you to bring this jury some peer-reviewed literature to back up what you're saying?
Removing sutures is the practice is done.
Objection,
There is no
non-responsive,
literature.
judge, it calls for a yes or no.
Judge, I'm gonna object to the whole line of questioning. I mean, may we approach?
You may.
And the requirement of the Ethics Code of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons also requires you to identify during your testimony what is your opinion versus what is substantiated by peer-reviewed literature, correct?
Correct.
Now, what you're saying as to the typical layout or distance from the suture from the female sexual organ, that's your opinion, right?
The layout of these sutures
Yeah.
that I marked,
Yeah, that's your opinion.
that's my opinion.
Are you aware that the Texas Occupations Code requires the wearing of gloves? Are you aware of that? The Occupational Safety Health Standards Code requires under Chapter 1910 that employers shall require employees to use appropriate hand protection when their hands are exposed to hazards such as those from skin absorption of harmful substances.
Yeah, appropriate hand protection.
Would that include gloves?
That may include gloves.
You've heard of the CDC, right?
Yes,
Centers for Disease Control.
yes,
You heard of the WHO or HWO, World Health Organization, correct?
yes,
Are you aware of their guidance with the Joint Commission on Healthcare in partnership with the CDC, in partnership with the World Health Organization, that recommends that gloves be worn whenever a physician anticipates contact with blood, bodily fluids, mucous membranes, or potential contaminants? Are you aware of that?
yes.
And Judge, I think this is the last one I'm going to mark, States 18. Yeah. I offer.
Hubert, I don't think there was a 17.
Yes. Well, I offer at this time States 17, the Code of Ethics of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons.
We have no objection.
All right, so 17's admitted.
Lastly, Judge, I'll offer the and I'm happy to show it to the witness first. The glove usage guidelines from February 17th of 2025 from the Joint Commission, CDC, and World Health Organization. It's a publication published in the Infection Control Today journal.
I'm going to object to that, Judge, because it is 3 years after this incident. So him holding Dr. Bernard to some standard that was developed 3 years after this incident is not appropriate.
Sustained. I think the time frame on that one is a problem.
So what I want to do is I want to circle back to Dr. Shang after all of that. After the admission of states 14, 15, 16, and 17. You know, the Board of Plastic Surgeons Guidelines or Ethics, the American Society of Plastic Surgeons Ethics, the Texas Occupational Code, and also the Texas Medical Board Disciplinary Guidelines for Physicians. And in light of all of those, do you stand by your previous testimony, and I wrote it down word for word, that there is no standard with regard to wearing gloves?
Coming up with your question.
No, sure. Based on, after all of that, after we've gone through that, those exhibits have been admitted, and we've offered it and talked about it, and I am bringing you back, referring you back to your previous testimony, where when Mr. Gertz asked you if there's a standard with regard to wearing gloves, your testimony was there is no standard. Do you stand by that previous testimony, sir?
Well, there's hand protection.
I think that calls for a yes or no answer, Dr. Shane. Do you stand by that statement that there is no standard with regard to wearing gloves, sir? I'll leave it at that, Judge. I'll pass the witness. Have a safe trip back to Sugar Land, Dr. Shane.
Mr. Gertz?
Dr. Chang, I know that Mr. Coleman's real interested in all these codes. Do you know doctors, other plastic surgeons that use gloves in these kind of procedures?
To use gloves to
Take out sutures or examine sutures post-op?
yes, some do, some don't.
Okay? That's the standard, though. Is that
That's
correct?
standard.
Okay.
That's common practice.
Let me ask you this. When somebody has a surgery in this area of the body, this is a heavily vascular area. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And by heavily vascular, I mean it's got lots of blood veins and vessels and everything else, correct?
Yes.
And what happens when somebody is operated on in an area that has high vascular contact?
There's a lot of swelling.
There's a lot of swelling. So, I mean, we're looking at this diagram. This is just sort of a diagram that's used by the sane nurses. But is this necessarily what someone's sexual organ is going to look like?
There's similar variations.
Okay. There's variations in terms of
Correct.
both the inner labia and the outer labia, correct?
Correct.
And also, that swelling might cause variations as well.
Yes, some swell more, some swell less.
Okay. And we don't know what the shape of or swelling content was of Taylor Dempsey's labia that day, April the 5th, do we?
No.
And when she went and had this same exam, no one took pictures of that or anything that you're aware of.
Right.
Okay. So we just don't know,
Right.
right? And some people have labias that can be substantial. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
In fact, one of the surgeries you perform is called a labiaplasty. Tell the jury what a labiaplasty is.
A labiaplasty is when the labia majora or labia minora is excessively large due to genetics, due to childbirth, and I take that labia and trim it back to kind of reshape it back to normal.
Okay. Okay. And that's something a service you routinely provide, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's again because everybody's is a little different. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. Good. But you would expect in a week or so after a surgery of this nature, tummy tuck and inner thigh lift, it would not be unusual to have significant swelling still in that area. Is that correct?
Correct.
That's what it shows.
I have nothing further for this witness, Judge.
Any objection to Dr. Chang being excused?
No, no.
No, Judge.
Thank you, Doctor. You'll be excused. You're placed under the rule, which means you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone else involved in the trial other than the lawyers or investigators. You're not allowed to be in the courtroom for anyone else's testimony, and you're not allowed to watch any of the proceedings on YouTube.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. You're free to go.
Thank you.